So I just did my makeup and I filmed a little Q&A at the same time. I got asked some questions on Instagram, so I thought what better time than to sit down, do some like of my soft thoughts, soft feelings, soft glam, a bit of fashion, a little bit of oversharing, like just all the good old things that you stick around and get to know me a little bit better. I'm gonna be reading the questions off my phone just because it makes life easy. Let's get into it. Some of these are low-key personal, so you guys are a little bit inner, but I think it'll be good. We can kind of get to know each other a bit better. So to start, I'm gonna do my eyebrows. Number one, firstly, I got my eyebrows done yesterday. The lady scalped me, literally scrapped me dry. I normally have quite full eyebrows, but she basically took off, like, you know when you can feel her going too in? Like she took off all the hairs under here, and I've never seen this white meat before like this. Start with the Nesomyrix Yummy Blurring Skin Balm thingy. First question is, what type of lashes do I get done? I have a salon in Finsbury Park. It's called 304 Beauty Bar. I get my lashes done in the salon, obviously. I always get the same style. I get like either hybrids or Russians. C curl or CC curl, so not too curly. I have no hair, I feel like I do need lashes, so I do get them quite full. I'm not gonna conceal under my brows because they are so neon bright. So with regards to lashes, sorry, back to the lashes. I'm not gonna get through any questions, honestly. I get doll eye shape, so the longest are in the middle. And I get 9 to 11 millimeters. I'm more focused on like fullness rather than length. I remember back in the day when I used to do my lashes short, my friends would be like, oh my God, like they're so short, what the hell? But now, low-key, the girls are moving on to short lashes. Next question, what is your favorite vintage item that you own? It's like asking someone, what is your favorite child that you birthed? Like, I can never answer that. I think that's crazy. Like, I've said this before, I have recency bias. So the things that I buy more recently are the ones that I'm like, oh, this is definitely my favorite. Bags, oh, I don't know. Bags is really hard. Speedy. No, what do you call it? Papillon? I can never pronounce it. Papillon? I love that bag as well. That's a gorgeous bag. I have so many, like I cannot pick a favorite bag. Bag is so hard. And there's the gold, what do you call it? Gold Speedy. She's one of my faves. All of my Fendi baguettes. I can't pick a bag. Bag, I won't pick. That's like picking a favorite child, and I think that's crazy. I would never do that. I think honestly, deep down, my favorite bag of all time is a Fendi pony hair leopard chunky metal strap situation. Is super gorgeous. I've taken her out of my rotation just because I feel like I was using it a bit too much. Favorite clothing item, I bought this set from Cavalli years ago. It's not necessarily my aesthetic anymore, but I just think it's such a gorgeous set, and it's from one of my favorite Cavalli collections ever. Cavalli Fall Winter 1999. I just think that is the most perfect collection ever. Like, pieces were insane, like the music, the artwork, the entire show was gorgeous. Owning a piece from that collection I love so much and I'm so inspired by. Shoes, do I have a favorite pair of shoes? I don't think I have any favorite vintage shoes. I bought these Gianvito boots. They look like that. Clearly there's a running theme here. Me and pony hair go together real bad. So maybe those, I guess, would be my favorite shoes. This concealer, I got it in, you know those like discounted makeup stores that they have in like Bicester and all these places. It's so banging, like it really just like bronzes up my face without making it too dark and dingy. Before that, I'll do concealer first. Next question, sis, when are the tanks dropping? Tanks are coming back. So if you don't know, I have a women's wear brand called Sophie Bray, and this year we released our tanks for the first ever time, and like the girls went crazy for them. I'm super grateful for it because it was like unexpected. I didn't know that people were gonna love them so much. The tanks are coming back. We're doing new tanks. Another question was, are you releasing more basics other than the tanks? Yes, we are. I can't obviously say what they are, but we are doing some other things with the same textile because people are obsessed with that fabric. I've done the research. I've tried so many different fabrics. I've tried things that are similar. I've tried things that but the fabric that we use, I found it in a heavier weight as well. So we're gonna be doing things that are similar aesthetic, but even heavier, even more sort of feeling. That's gonna be quite fun. So tanks are gonna come mid-December. And then the rest of the collection and the new stuff in the new direction, in the new creative that we're doing is coming in January, so that's gonna be fun. Where do you shop for vintage and how do you find all these gems? Vintage for me, honestly, I love the in-store experience. I love going to different cities and like vintage shopping in stores, but realistically, I found the best luck online. Like, it is scary how many hours that I spend on these apps. Like, I live on Vestiaire, I live on Vinted, like all of them, Poshmark, Depop, Vinted, Real, all of them. In person for like the shopping experience, or maybe to go and see certain things in person, try them on, get a feel for them, see what is like on trend at the moment in store. But online will always be where I find the better like deals and stuff. And how? The answer is just live and be obsessed. Eat, sleep, breathe, whatever you're looking for. Like genuinely, when I have a piece that I'm after, I become so hyper fixated, it's actually dangerous. Like I cannot sleep, eat, function, think until I find it. Just be become very obsessive about the things that you're looking for, and you will find them. And sometimes it's not going to be immediate. If you have the extra pounds to spend, or you don't mind like what prices you find it for, you can find things quite quickly. But if you have a budget and you're like, hey, I really want to find this piece and I want to find it under a certain price, it might not be immediate, and that's okay. Like, there's certain things that I've been looking for. I wanted the cherry speedy, and I was like, I'm going to find it for a certain price. I think the price that I said in my head was like £500, which is absolutely unheard of and extremely unlikely. At the time I was younger, I didn't have the budget to spend as much as as much as they go for now. It took me like 3 years. Like, I would see loads of them coming up for 1,500, 1,800. Slow and steady wins the race. I took my sweet time, and it took literally maybe like 4 years or so, 3-4 years from when I first said I wanted one to finding one. But that high that you get after finding it for the right price, nothing beats that high. So don't mind waiting until I find what it is that I want for the price I want. So patience, having platforms on every single app, broadening your searches. Those are probably my 3 like top tips for finding vintage things. Sometimes it's gonna be a cute old lady in Italy who doesn't know that her item is like super trendy at the moment, and she's just like doing a clear out, and she's listed it as Gucci snakeskin bag. But these times it's like a Gucci bamboo Tom Ford era 1999 bag that you're looking for specifically. So broaden your searches and take your sweet time, and you will find the items you want. Those are like my key tips. Next question, fave places to go shopping in Paris. I'm guessing this is about vintage, because I did a TikTok actually on this. I'm gonna link it below. Off the top of my head, my faves in Paris are Nuovo, At Dawn. I love At Dawn. People say Chez Snow Bunny, but I'm not gonna lie, I did not have the nicest experience in that store. I don't know if maybe the sales associate that day was having an off day, but she was mean. And I was just like, not mean, but like, she was not warm. And I just felt as if like, she wanted me out the store. So I was like, yeah, I ain't ever going back here, child. But their stock is gorgeous. And I've had friends and stuff who've gone who've had a really good time. So again, maybe I just went on an off day. Where do you recommend for food in Paris? I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a foodie. So like, I'm the worst person to ask for food recommendations. When I go abroad, I could eat the same thing every day. Every time I go to Paris, I go to the same places, Hotel Coste, Wally Fay. I just need to eat to function. I'm not one of those people that's super precious about food. I'm here to shop. Let me actually call it what it is. I'm here to shop. I'm not here to do food tour. I'm not like, I just need to eat something that's like nice and pleasant and easy, but I'm not here to like pig out. That's not what I'm here for. How do you develop your eye for sourcing? Like I said, it's kind of linked to the other one. Just doing it a lot. Like, I've been sourcing vintage bags since maybe like 2017, 18. That's when I first found my first ever Fendi bag. Like any skill, the more you do it, the better you get. How has building your brand changed your personal style? That's a really good question. Building my brand has, number one, made me shop less, because I live in my own samples. I shop more vintage because I want to be inspired by vintage shapes. I want to find cool things in the wild, so I probably spend more time curating my style with vintage pieces, I think. How much did you invest in Socky Braid to begin with? Oh, that is a little bit personal. Honestly, I don't think I set out a strict number when I first started. I probably initially, before launch, had probably spent about somewhere between 10 and 15k. I'd been saving up for a really long time before I started Socky Braid. But also because I'm self-employed, like a lot of it was money. Like, as I was making money, I was spending money. So I never really had like a bulk number to be like, okay, so here's 15 grand out of your savings to da-da-da. So it's more like cumulative over time. This blush combo is insane. I learned this from Mikai's masterclass. A Prima Donna and then a little bit of rosé and brunch. Those two together, chef's kiss. All the money that we've made, I've reinvested back into the brand. So low-key, I couldn't even really tell you like how much I've spent up to date. It's a lot, maybe a bit more than double than the initial investment. But I knew that I was gonna invest in my dream. I knew that like this is something that I had to do. I'm a spiritual person, I'm Christian, and I feel like I was called to do this. So I was equipped with the resources, and I will continue to be equipped with the resources to be able to make it happen, right? Was some of that wasteful? Absolutely. Did I need to spend all of that initially? Definitely not. I spent on stupid things. I invested in things that like, now I'm like, why the hell did you do that? Like stupid things like £800 on like boxes that are like this big that I don't even use anymore. Random things that like I thought I needed, but turns out I don't. Some of that you have to learn the hard way. What's one unpopular fashion opinion you'll stand on forever? I have a few. I have like pieces that people love that I just can't stand. Number one, I hate to say it, but this new Chanel bag, I don't know, 25, whatever, I think it's really ugly. I think it's really ugly, like God forgive me, I don't like it. There's so many other gorgeous pieces that the creative director has like introduced in the most recent fashion show, and I I just don't get this 25 hype. Like, I just don't understand it. It's not really an unpopular fashion opinion, but I think fashion people, especially on TikTok, I don't know about over here, everyone's extremely judgy and creates rules that I don't think we need. So my unpopular fashion opinion is that I think we need less rules, less dictatorship over what people wear and how we wear it. Like, I love a trend prediction and I love like people sharing their thoughts on fashion. But I remember this trend that went around on TikTok of a woman saying that like you can't wear your Birkin bag to a wedding or this and that. And the thing is, I'm not going to sit here and say I don't understand the logic, but the way that she was so adamant about like, you can't wear a Birkin here and you shouldn't do this, and if you're a fashion girl you can't wear, and I just thought, girl, no disrespect, but like, who died and made you the lord and savior of our fashion police, community, society.com? I just don't get it. I was like, girl, you're doing too much. Fashion is supposed to be exploring, it's supposed to be a self-discovery journey. Like, fashion is a journey. And also, I'll be damned if someone tells me where to wear my stuff that I spent my good hard-earned money on. So I think we need to be a little bit less dictatory and follow the rulesy. Like, if anything, I think the point of fashion is anti-fashion. Like, the reason why we love like the Antwerp Six and all these other like big fashion people that have come and gone before us is because they were breaking rules. It's because they were being controversial. They were going against societal norms and like fashion norms at the time. And I think the point is like, let people explore things, let people enjoy things. Yeah, we need to just stop dictating what people do in fashion with their own money and with their own clothes. What makes a girl cool to you? That was the question. To me, a cool girl is a girl who is 100% authentically themselves. She lives in her truth. She is self-assured. She's confident. It doesn't matter what aesthetic, what style, what vibe you are, how old. Like, a cool girl is someone who's just like unabashedly herself. Like, she uplifts other people. She lets people be them damn selves. Like, she wears what she wants. She's kind, 100%. A cool girl is a kind girl. I think honestly the most important thing for me, like with the cool girl thing, is authenticity. Like, just a cool girl who lives, obviously I also have a thing with Paris, so clearly like I was always gonna say a Parisian girl, unashamed to be herself. There are girls who are to me the coolest girls, and I could not dress anything like that person. Like, so it's so far apart style-wise. To me, cool girl is nothing to do with clothes, actually. Like, the clothes don't make the man. You can put the coolest things on or the most on-trend things, but if you're not yourself and it shows, then you're not a cool girl. I think the Parisian girls get it so right, because sometimes they be wearing things that you're just like, I don't really get this. Like, why are you wearing flats with socks, with capri shorts, with a cap, like all these random things? Why are you doing that? But for it just makes sense when they do it, and it looks confident. And if you can rock it with confidence, you are automatically a cool girl. I think cool girls are creative. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean you have to have a creative job or you need to work in a creative industry or whatever. But I think cool girls are people that like explore their creativity. She has a world fleshed out away from her clothes. You know, when you speak to someone and they have a lot to say about a thing, I just think that's so cool. Like, when you speak to a guy and he's like super knowledgeable about a random thing, like, I think that's a very, very cool thing to be. Always learning, always open to learn. How did you become more confident posting on Insta? I just stopped caring. I stopped caring as much as I did. I turned off my likes when I started to realize that I was becoming a bit too consumed. What products do you use for Signature Soft Glam? Basically all the ones that I just use now. This is like my go-to routine. It's a little bit heavier than normal for like early daytime because it is only 11, but I've got a long day and I want my makeup to stay on and just stay exactly as is, which is why I use so much Jess Amaris, because she is fantastic. What's one luxury item that you think is overhyped? Oh, that's a good one. Chanel classic flaps. I think a vintage classic flap is super cool. I think they're a beautiful bag, don't get me wrong, but like, I don't think I'd ever be a customer of a brand new black and gold like classic flap. If I was ever to get a classic flap, I would get a really cool color. I'd get like a teal blue, or I'd get like just something different. What's the hardest part about rebranding Socky Pre? So I talked a little bit about the rebrand. The hardest part is that you're invested in something and putting a lot of time and energy into something that essentially you don't know if your audience is going to like, or you don't know if your audience is going to receive it well. You don't know if the direction, like, it's just a lot of like hoping and banking on yourself. And I think this entire like Socky Pre journey has just been me banking on myself and hoping and praying that it works. So I think that's probably one of the hardest things for sure. The team that I'm working with on the rebrand are based in Paris, and it's been amazing. Like, we've had no issues in terms of working together, but it just would be nice to sit down and like brainstorm and like put everything out on a big table. So that was probably one of the challenges. Digging deep into myself to find the references, to find like, to flesh out this thing that is in my head into reality has been quite hard. It's been quite deep and very introspective, but enjoyable and scary, but good nonetheless, I guess. I think that's pretty much it for all my questions. There are still a few more, but my face is done, so I'm gonna get out of here. And yeah, that is it. Thank you very much for watching. I hope this has been a bit insightful. I hope you learned a little bit more about me. I will see you in the next one. Please comment, like, share, subscribe, all the things. And I will see you in the next one.